This is the Small Bites broadcast, July 25th, 2000. Make that July 26th, 2015. For anybody that wonders what's going on, we're just setting up right now. We're going to be starting with Pepper Vaughn in about 5 minutes.
Last month? Yeah, just archive.
Oh, it's in the front market because I didn't have mine. I just have my cane there.
Oh, that's me.
You can sit in the front, so I just have my cane there.
Yeah. That's me, yeah. Yeah. Hey, you. Hey, you. No, probably. The dance is more drill.
Tramp?
It's more to drill. Yes. Yeah, move, yeah. No. No, I mean, it doesn't, not even enough to work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our initial system that last time, that we crashed out like a few days ago. So we had to start all from scratch, like doing a complete different website. I mean, it's everything completely crashed out. So, and we brought things, you know, yeah, all vacation. Now, he's talking, trying to say stuff. He's on the road, you know, trying to get back, trying to do things, his car, his wife's car, you know. So he's trying to help me get all this insurance scratch like 3 days ago. And so everybody last week is like, need us to do it. Yeah.
Not the most optimal situation.
Right, exactly. Right, exactly.
We're getting it.
Right, in the middle of a family vacation, you know, okay, let's see what you can do, all right, you know.
Yeah, but it's a pretty neat situation to set up, and actually next time we'll have a second camera.
Right.
And we'll be able to put back and forth and stuff. But right now, this is a
trying to communicate with the web person,
Let me see if it's sent. Oh, it's here. I'll tell you what it is. So here's what you need to change. Just after the embed, there's that /. It's going to be six capital P as in Paul, capital Y as in yellow, lowercase w as in whale, capital V as in Victor, capital Q as in quiet, lowercase s as in Sam, lowercase b as in boy, capital D as in dog, the number 4, and then lowercase o as in capital D as in dog, the number 4, and then lowercase o as in orange. Yeah, the email is not sending for some reason, probably because we're streaming right now.
That's right. Jen, any more thoughts on the release?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to actually pick up the.
Yeah, so there's one more piece of paper we just need you guys to sign just because we're streaming. And so your voice may
Yeah,
end
let
up,
me read it to you in 1 second.
on the stream or something, or it may look like we-
Okay, so it's youtube.com/embed/ the number 6 P as in Paul. That was a capital P, capital Y as in yellow, lowercase w as in walrus, capital V as in Victor, capital Q as in quiet, lowercase s as in Sam, lowercase b as in boy, capital D as in dog, the number 4, and then lowercase o as in orange. And you're not getting anything? My computer is cramping right now. I'm gonna see what's going on with my computer. Oh, we hopefully we're live.
You got any pencils? You good? Who writes these days?
I had to quit my browser because it froze up on yahoo.com.
For our kids' sakes, we better not let pencils and pens become extinct. The ability to actually write with usually about the fourth weekend in every
Okay, I'm
month.
gonna see if
I will bring a small
it
bite.
might kick in a second. If not, I'm gonna restart
I
a
will
whole
bring a
new
small
screen.
bite workshop to step one, at least for now through the end of the year. I have that planned. And so just kind of look forward to the fourth Sunday in every month for the most part. If that changes, you'll know like a month ahead. But look forward to those. And every month, the subject changes. Last month, it was all about choreography. This month, it is about vocalography. Next month, it is about cueing.
I'm turning around to see if you get
navigate movement and exercise or dance fitness class. Okay. All right. Now, this is an interactive workshop, so it means you don't have to just sit there and listen to me lecture. It is interactive. If something I say raises a question, then go ahead and ask the question, because these guys who we're streaming to, someone over there may have the same question, except we don't have the capability of interacting with them. So go ahead and ask the question, and somebody there may get an answer. They go, oh, they'll think the same thing. So, it's cool. This is your workshop, okay? All right. So a little bit about vocalography and where my concept and this word vocalography came from. Basically, being involved in the arena or area of dance and dance fitness for, I don't know, past 4 or 5 decades. Ooh, that sounds like a long time. I have naturally been raised in the environment or with the mentality of articulating energy, because I've been involved in things that require energy to be successful. You know, whether that's dance or whether it's martial arts or whether it's singing or whether it's performing or, you know, or exercising, whatever it is. These things require energy. And culturally speaking, you know, from my African American culture, known, especially born and raised in the South, we're known to be very vocal when it comes to expressing yourself. You know, not just speaking, but in a celebratory manner. You know, if you're at a party or a wedding or a church or, you know, or whatever, as ways of communicating verbally to accentuate your emotions, or, you know, to make a point. So to say, you know, in this communication, even though there were no words there, you know what I mean? So culturally, I've always been involved in sound to communicate, you know. Especially with a lot of slang words like sub. That's not even a word. However, the intention and the way it is used really communicates a salutation, right? You know, that makes sense, right? So, so from church to the dance floor to the theater to the athletic arena, all these things have one common thread, and that was expressing energy through sound. Now, we can take this workshop deeply into what defines sound, and we end up way out in the universe with harmonic vibrations, right? That's way deeper than we need to go as far as the law of sound and physics are concerned. Way deeper than we need to go for what you need. But I put this workshop together because, to me, people just don't get the relevance of human sound. Why we make sounds, why we make noise, and we act like it's something brand new that we're being asked to do. You know, make a sound that without an instrument, without a thing. In our classes, it's like, well, I don't know if I can do that. Well, you know, you've been doing that since your very first breath, right? You've been communicating and articulating through human sound. Just that when we premeditate it, and give it and assign it someplace, now it becomes cerebral. When it should be natural, and it always has been natural. You know, so human sound. I call it vocalography because I'm combining two thoughts and actions that should and does complement each other. Vocal, say something, make a sound, and ography, which implies structured movement. So vocalography is sound that complements a premeditated movement or choreography. Yes, makes sense on the definition? Okay. So we're going to talk about some of the history of vocalography today, so you understand the relevance and to see how far back it has come from and accommodated us as just as a human culture. Okay, all right. So let's talk about vocalography for a second. Distinct movements associated with certain percussive sounds. Now, when you see the word percussive, that implies something rhythmic, right? A percussive sound, we think of drumming, for example. A rhythmic sound that's made by striking something, and those strikes will either be really light or really hard, but there's some cadence to this sound. Usually by something being struck, not like a horn. A horn is not a percussive instrument. So usually implies the striking of something. A hand clap, that's a percussive sound. A stomp, that's a percussive sound. Even our voice box that we use to make percussive sound, rhythmically speaking, okay, those are percussive sounds, even though I'm using my voice for what we call beatbox. Yes, okay? So vocalography is when distinct movements are associated with those percussive sounds. Like if I say, boom, pop, pop, boom, pop, pop, boom, pop, pop. So it's very specific rhythms of the movement as it correlates with the actual percussive sound that I'm making. Does that make sense? Yes and yes? Yes. Okay, good. All right, sounds made with the voice to assist with identifying rhythms, syncopation, and movement accents. What this means is we're incorporating other senses to help us learn or identify with what's going on. We're making sure that the voice or the sound that we're making or hearing is complementing our ability to retain information about the movement. So let's say in Fierce Funk, for example, we have a movement called a boom cat 5. So and that's that's one of our funk moves. Okay, that funk move basically is a stomp, then a heel toe, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's a stomp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the movement. And so you go through a series of movements in the choreography, and when it's time to do this, you go brain blank. I can't remember what that move is. So we assign a sound to that movement, and when you hear that sound, you think, oh, it's that movement, right? So let me see. For example, and we're all mature enough to remember this. I'm trying not to use the term old enough anymore. But we're all mature enough to remember this. There used to be a television commercial, and the commercial had a jingle, and that jingle was the best part of waking up is what? Folgers in your cup. Exactly. Right. So we automatically, because of the sound of that jingle, immediately identify with something. You see what I mean? That's why the media world of jingles is so huge. That's the way it works. So this concept I brought into onto the exercise or dance floor. So with the boom cat 5, we know we're going to stomp and we're going to go heel, toe, heel, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movements. The vocalography that goes with that is boom, cat, 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 cat. There are 5 cats. So it's boom, cat, 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 cat. So you identify that sound. The moment you hear boom, cat, 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 you go, no, I know that step. Where if I said, okay, so first is this, and then is this, you're like, what is that step? The moment I say, boom, you go, soldiers in your cup. No, you say cat, 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 cat. All right? Now, there's a little strategy to the dynamics that's put behind the movement. Why would this dynamic that is meant to make a forceful impact, which is a stomp, why would I not assign the sound to that? It does, right, exactly, they don't match. If I'm looking for the impact to be hard and relevant, then I need to come up with a sound that's going to parallel that movement. Take your brain to that intensity. Make sense? Okay? So if I say boom, well this, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, that's not a dynamic of boom, pow, pow, boom, boom, pow, right? It's just not the same dynamic, percussively speaking, right? Okay? So, however, to go boom, to make that point and that impact, then to go cat, 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 do you see the difference in the texture of those two movements? So there's difference in the texture of the two sounds. Yes? All right? So as far as the numbers that are applied to it, there are 5 of these, there are 5 sounds. There's 1 of these, there's 1 sound that relates to that. All right? Now there's an entire list of movements you know, that we assign sounds to. And some of them are pretty free-flowing. Like, for example, in some of our Zumba classes or UJAM classes or any other classes that we teach, there are times that we go, da-da, ooh, ooh, da-da, ooh, ooh. Now, this is not set as a standard for ooh, ooh, but for some reason, in a class, the moment someone makes that sound on this movement, it immediately makes sense to everybody. And the whole class just goes, ooh, ooh, right? Because all of a sudden, it doesn't have to be such a cerebral process. Everyone goes, oh, good, that makes sense. So it eases your responsibility and accountability for this movement, all right? And you're going to see there are a few other benefits to doing or adding vocalography to movement. But just so you get the idea and concept of why and how sound goes to movement, and it has a purpose. A lot of research I did on this. A lot of strategy. So it is by far a relevant process. Okay? All right. Teaching vocalography is also can be used as a teaching aid for choreography, helping to train the ear while improving musicality. Now, musicality, we hear that word all the time, right? Thrown around in our classes. Musicality, So you think you can dance. Oh, those guys have such great musicality. Well, in our classes, if we are more proficient at musicality, then the other things flow easier. Because the music is a concept that we have already deemed relevant for our classes. It's there. It's not going anywhere. Either it will complement what you're doing or it will be a battle with what you're doing, which is your movement, right? So it's either going to resist or it's going to assist. So the music is already there. It's part of our system. So to be able to identify with what the music is doing and what the music is helping or suggest that we do with our bodies, once you marry those two in concept, things start to get easier. Make sense? Think about your marriage relationships. You have the her, you have the he or the her, the he, you know, you're in California. So, you know what I mean? But what if there's all resistance? This one doesn't understand that one doesn't understand this one. This one can't work with that one. So it's just resistance all the time. You think this is going to be drama all the time and relatively ineffective? Yes. But the moment they realize, oh, this works together and we actually complement each other, a lot of that drama goes away and a lot more success comes in. Make sense? Okay, so we have music, we have movement, and vocalography assists this process by help improve our ear to develop musicality better. All right? What does that mean? If we're playing a piece of music and a beat or a rhythm in that piece of music is da 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 da. All right, that's what we hear in the music. We hear that, but our ear only picks up this cat, 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 cat. We hear that because it rides on the surface, but in the middle of cat, cat, well, we didn't catch that. Our ears are not that trained. Okay, let's see. I need you guys to do me a favor. So you're going to need your hands and your feet, or a foot. Okay, you're going to clap and you're going to do a stomp. So you're going to provide the percussive sound that I just demonstrated, which is this. So there's the cadence. Keep going. There's the cadence right there. In the music also you hear boom da da boom ga boom da da boom ga boom da da boom ga boom da da boom ga. Okay, good. All right. So that other sound boom da da boom ga ga. Your ear has to be a little more sophisticated and try to hear that. This boom, cat, boom, that's the loudest in the whole song. We got that. However, if we use this boom, da, da, boom, cat, cat, if we put movement to that and a vocalography-based sound, then our ear will hear that. It'll pull it out of the song and make it more clear. Clearer, sorry. Right? Yes? Okay? So I just want to make sure you understand how vocalography will help train the ear, in our classes. Yep. Okay, any questions about the introduction of vocalography? You think you basically know what vocalography is and why it's relevant, how it's going to help you be a better teacher, better student. Yes? Okay, because if we think we can get away from this whole rhythmic movement and what we do, yeah, it's not gonna happen. The band has already played the music, recorded it, won their music award and gone home. So we might as well just use what they left us to our benefit to be more successful in class. Yeah? Okay. Now, we're talking about, when we say vocalography, I'm talking about human sound. Sound that we make, that we can make with our body, that we make with our voice. I'm not talking about, something we hit on or an instrument we play. So, and we remember the era of beatboxing, right? Yeah. Vocalography kind of takes us into a certain realm of that, where we say, well, I don't know, I'm not good at it. We're not asking you to master a violin, right? We're asking you to say, hey, hey, ooh, ooh, hey, hey, ooh, ooh, whatever, right? We're asking you to say, hey, hey, ooh, ooh, hey, hey, ooh, ooh, right? Okay, now these are sounds that we don't have to struggle to make. Here's where we'll find our problem. This will disconnect and keep segregated what we're doing mechanically and what we're saying vocally. Our intention is to bring the two together because they're coming from the same source. This will segregate the two and make you think that they can't function together unless you are extremely hyper-coordinated. It's a myth. It's coming out from the same source, and they are designed to complement each other. Now, as far back as we go, and we won't get all into like ethnic studies, you know, about the history of Africa and all that. You can actually read about that in depth online, but just a little bit of information. There's a system, first of all, called call and response. And call and response is something that we may even know from cheerleading in high school or something, right? Or in Fierce Funk, I say, when I say fierce, you say funk, fierce, fierce, exactly. That's call and response. I will make a sound with the intention of you responding with the sound to that sound. Does that make sense? Okay. When I say hey, you say ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Exactly. Okay. This is called call and response. That means that now from what's happening up here to what's happening out there, it is now interactive, which means it is a lot more successful already because everyone is included and involved in the process. That's what you want. Why would you ever want to take a class and not be involved in the process? Why would you ever want to teach a class and not want your people involved in the process, which means connecting? So vocalography, especially call and response, should be very instrumental in that. What do we need in order for that to happen? We need both parties, the one who's sending out the call or sending out information, and the listener, the one that we expected to return the information. We need both of those parties to be willing. That's what we need in order for this interaction to be successful. All right? Now, back in the day, form of spontaneous verbal, nonverbal interaction between the speaker and the listener. I'll call and response. You get this, right? Okay. There again, my Southern roots, my African American roots, you know, da, 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 da. Can I get an amen? Amen. Exactly. You see, so culturally speaking, I have those experiences from way back of interactive, you know, vocalizing. Make sense? Okay? That's all call and response is basically. Like I said, you probably hear it or have heard it in a lot of your sports games and stuff from cheerleaders and all that stuff, right? Yes? Okay. In African cultures, call and response is a pervasive pattern of democratic participation. I like that. In public gatherings, all right, civic affairs, religious rituals, right. And so what I said earlier in the introduction was simply what they're saying here, that it's basically an expression to communicate information with an instrument. Now that's going to eventually, they're going to start telling you about, you know, communicating with drums and all these things and where it all came from. But that's where the basic nucleus of vocalography had to come from somewhere. And as far back as you can go, and the reason I chose Africa here, because to our knowledge, as of this day, the oldest existence of man is from which continent? Africa, right? So I figured we're going to dig back for a behavior or a culture-based action that has come all the way up millions of years later. Well, then let's go to the source, right? Okay. So songs, clicking wooden sticks together, drums, call and response, all the ways that Africans and all people use sound to motivate and enhance their culture. I like that, enhance their cultures. That means that, imagine a culture without sound. Without sound as an avenue of communication. I'm sorry?
That would be deaf culture, right?
No, well, technically. But there's still communication even within the non-hearing that is vibration. And we know that sound is actually vibration. That's why I say, like, we could get really deep into this as far as vibrations and the harmonics. Fast vibration, higher harmonics, slower vibration, lower harmonics, yes. So yeah, technically speaking, you're right. On the surface, the non-hearing or non-sound community or culture would be the deaf community. But for the most part, sound has been very relevant in our culture overall. Makes sense? Culture is overall, right? Now, I'm going to go forward just a little bit. Robert, huh?
It's a ring shout.
It's the same. Ring shout is just an umbrella. Under that would be call and response, beatbox, all these things. So they're all ring shouts, basically. Like if we were dancing in a circle, and I would go in a circle and go ba da da ba ba dee 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 da da ba da da ba ba dee 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 ba ba. All that's ring shout. I'll say, you say. I'll say, you respond. Whatever. But any of the vocal process that's meant as communication is considered ring shout. Yeah, it's just a slang. But then you rate that really fast. I was like, because usually when I get to that point, I'll make the point, and then I change the slide, and everybody's like, okay, cool. She's like, you didn't say anything about ring shout, right? Okay. Yeah, did you? Right, yeah. Okay. And I'm sure somebody over here said, hey, I was curious about the same thing. But good, yeah, always be done. Okay, we know this guy, right? Robert Palmer. We remember that guy? Robert Palmer. Oh, come on. Y'all know, yeah, okay. He's a musicologist. I think I know that. A musicologist. Well, there you go. But according to the musicologist Robert Palmer, the first written account of ring shout was all the way back to the 1840s. That means structured as far as information, education, and applied information in some compartmentalized fashion. Goes all the way back to the 1840s. Stamping up the feet, clapping the hands in a circle, was described as a kind of drumming. And when they say as a kind of drumming, it just means as a series of percussive sounds, right? So remember, that's why we addressed percussion early, because I knew it would come back where they would say drumming, and I want you to go to the concept of percussive sound, okay? A drumming associated with the conversion of slaves in Christianity. Now, like I said, I don't want to give you the whole African ethnic history, about, way back communication, blah, blah, blah. But there were a lot of sounds that were made way back. You can even think cavemen or whatever, where they made sound that emulated sound they heard out in the environment. Right? You could hear, oh. That became a part of the language and communication that, you could hear, and that would echo across. And those people over there on the other side of the echo knew exactly what it meant. What it meant, get out quickly, there's a stampede, get out quickly, there's a flood, blah, blah, whatever it means. But they were using sounds of nature even way back then but it was their own vocal sounds. And or they were using drums at that point, which was sticks and things hitting on hollow trees and tree trunks and things like that. This was all communication. They had no word-based language. So sounds as a way to articulate and communicate goes way, 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 way back. It got lost somewhere when somewhere along the line, as we became more sophisticated, and instruments and things start making the sounds for us, you know, like where we are today. Like you can go into your garage or into your bedroom and set up this, and you can orchestrate an entire classical piece, and you don't know how to play anything, right? Because now we don't need to make any sound, we just need to let everything else make the sound. But back in the day, if you couldn't make the sound that nature made, or if you couldn't make the sound using what was provided for your nature, your village probably wouldn't survive. You know, as villages went out to hunt together and all these things, that was their communication. All right. So I'm just saying all this to let you know how relevant the science of human sound is in just our survival overall. Okay. Cool. And yeah, and there again you have the ringtone. Now you say blue notes. I have no idea what blue notes are. I've been looking for that one. Can't tell you. So if you find out, you let me know. If I find out, I'll let you know. Okay. But calls we get, cries we get, hollers we get, call responses we get all of that. All right. As sounds or instruments that are available to us to use. Now, we were talking about sounds as they apply to movement and music and communication. Now, what about in sports and athletics? Very relevant. As this talks about martial arts, there's a sound called a ki that has been used in martial arts since, you know, the dawn of the East, right? What is it about that sound that makes it relevant? It implies focus and intensity of force, right? Now, they very easily could just go, very easily. But if there is something, if there's an element to accompany that, this movement or the intention to make it more successful, why would they not use that? And they do. And I'm a martial artist, so I said we do. We use an action called ki. And all that is whatever, right? You know what I mean? It just kind of brings it into more intention and reaction. I mean, in action, right? It makes it more real. It makes it more present. It makes it more relevant and more effective. And we'll get into the physiological aspects of what happens when you, and especially with the sound, okay? But it does help drive the impact of the kicking and punching. And in dancing, use of sound can cause the dancer to hit the moves harder. Just like this one. I can do that. But if I say, boom, now there was a neurological process involved in identifying, with physiologically with what just happened. Now we have neuromuscular happening because I'm using a sense, boom, to say that sound resonates up here to say it's supposed to be impactful, hard, and explosive. Now all that happens just in the fact that I said boom. It'll be hard for you to go boom. It'll just be difficult. It won't make sense in your body, in your person. So it does kind of drive you to move hard when you sound hard. It drives you to move smoother when you sound smooth, you know? Okay, use your hands again. Here we go. This is a call and response. Ready? Right, and all of your energy, once we did, you all went. Once we were doing this, you just start going. I saw all of your bodies just kind of go. We're really trying to make really some dynamics here. The moment I went, you all went. Now, I could have done this without, you'd have gone like this. How do I know that? I've done it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So as far as dance is concerned, the sound does help you articulate the flavor or the texture of what the movement is. And I'm telling you, if I had a quarter of a penny, a fourth of a penny, or a fifth of a penny, that's a fourth of a penny, a fourth of a penny for every person who insists that they can be that successful in a class without making the sound, I'd be rich today. And it hasn't worked, it never will. Right, yeah. Because the system that's developed millions and millions and millions of years before you is probably smarter than you. Right? Yeah. So our thing is, now we get it. We know why it's relevant. Now, remember I used that W word? Let's have to be willing to do it. It can't help us if we're not willing to do it, to let it in. And that's with anything in life, doesn't matter, right? You can go to school and not be willing to learn. I'm going to suggest that curriculum can't help you. Right? Okay? All right. So, all right. There are 4 ways that sound can facilitate exercise performance. That sound can facilitate. All right? Number 1, when we make sound, it can help reduction in the sensation of fatigue. We've all been at the point where we're exercising, and if it's really quiet, it seems like you're suffering more. When you make a sound, all of a sudden, that it kind of feels a little more fun. Because when you were a little kid and you went running out on the playground, did you do so quietly? Of course not. And you are running and flipping and exhausted and sweating and getting dirty, blah, blah, and it was the noisiest time of your day. Because it didn't feel like exertion. So when we make sounds, it helps to reduce the sensation of fatigue. Doesn't mean the muscles are not working hard. Doesn't mean that they're not really exhausting. But there again, this thing, when you get to neuromotor, when you involve this thing by making the sound, you forget this work. I've even heard it. I've heard it years and years and years. Class is over already? Wow, that went really fast. Because we're like, hey, 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 ooh, ooh, you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know, whatever the sounds are. It really does help reduce the sensation of fatigue. Also increases in the level of mental arousal. Now, we're just talking euphoria, right? You know, the brain is going to release a chemical when you're in the process of stressing your body out. It's going to release a chemical. Either that chemical is going to take you out, or it's going to make it feel more fun. It's going to take you to a place of suffering or to a place of euphoria. So when you get to sing along, you get to make sound, it really does increase the level of mental arousal. Let me remind you of something. Anyone here ever been in the Marines? No? Okay. Ever been in the military, period? No? Okay. But you've seen movies. Okay. I'm going to start worrying here for a second. All right. Just last night you saw a military movie. Well, here's the deal. Okay, so we've all seen Marines go on their, on their run or whatever. And they're like, I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told. You know what I mean, right? Why do you think they have them singing? Has nothing to do with their cadences driving and run. They're still going to go 20 miles. Why do you think they are singing along? Wah, wah. Right here. Yes, exactly. Because there's something that happens when the brain releases the that takes you to a place of not suffering, more of an arousal, euphoric place. And help you not be so fatigued, at least here. Because your fatigue actually starts here. It doesn't start in the entire muscle. I don't care what we want to think it does, but it doesn't. Your fatigue starts up here. Okay? So, there again, I'm going to suggest involve yourself in vocalography in your places where you are, exhausting energy. Make sense? Okay? It also helps to improve the motor coordination. What do I mean? All right, this move is put all your weight on this foot. Put all your weight on this foot. Okay, put all your weight on this foot, all your weight on this foot, then all your weight on that foot. You gotta go, ah! Really? Because when I walk, I put all my weight on this foot, all my weight on this foot. All my weight is very consistent. No thinking required, right? But now I want you to go, all your weight, all your weight. No, not yet, now all your weight. All your weight, all your weight. No, not yet, now all your weight. And if you try to think through that process, you wouldn't be able to function. However, if this is the choreography, da, 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 you're trying to figure it out. If I could put in vocalography that says, single, single, double, single, single, double, all of a sudden you get this connection again. What's my body doing? What's my, what sense, what rhythm did I bring in through this other sense, right? And now my head locks into that rhythm and tells your body, oh yeah, you're gonna do two of these. 1, 1, and 2, just because you said single, single, double. Brilliant, I tell you. Brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. Okay, all right. It also helps reduction of exercise apnea. Now you say, okay, now who does that? Who? We say apnea. You know what apnea is, right? You just stop breathing. Exercise-induced apnea. Ooh, sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it? No, people stop breathing all the time. Yeah, you. Exactly. Right. We forget to breathe. How do you forget to do what sustains your life? You know what I mean? But we do, because we get so involved and caught up with this thing, preoccupied in everything else. What's the beat? What's the rhythm? What's the step? What am I supposed to say? Blah, blah, blah. We forget to breathe. So when you are saying things, then you have to breathe in order to speak. It helps you inhale and exhale. When you're quiet, your lips are closed, there's a higher risk that you're going to stop breathing. Okay? So I love these 4 ways that our vocal sound can facilitate our performance and exercise. Any questions about that? Okay, what's the word? The B word? Thank you. Right. You gotta go, what? Is it a trick? Right. You're right. It's vocalography. You guys are so funny. All right. Any questions about that? No? Oh, you do? I know, because I asked that a couple of times, actually in a week. What is the B word? Right. Actually, it's the P of phrase, but yeah, the P word, proprioception. It's actually proprioceptive facilitation. But yes, proprioception. Very good, Helen. sound really college-y, don't you? Like, yeah, sounds pretty astute. Okay, yeah, proprioception. All right, so any other questions about vocalography as it applies to assisting exercise? No? All right, good. Now, and like I said, I should wear a shirt that has a big R, like research guy, because I am so into evidence-based research and statistics. You know, I love that stuff. But someone's already done years and years and years of all the work, and all I have to do is just articulate their findings. Okay, so anyway, research findings suggest that the introduction of human sound to a workout routine can allow the individual to continue to exercise with greater efficiency. Remember when I said, when you step into a dance class, a dance fitness class, any workout class, whatever, you now have the option of functioning down here. You have the option of functioning in a mediocre sense, right in the middle, where it's okay, it's not bad, it's not great, it's not the maximum potential that's available to you, but you have the choice to just float and function right there for the rest of your life. Or you have the option of seeking higher efficiency. And like I said, if I live to be 320, I will go to my grave never understanding why anyone would settle for less than this. I don't get it, right? Okay, but it does allow you to work out at a higher level of greater efficiency. And individuals can increase their workload and their work time before you actually burn out. Okay, so what that means is when you make sound with the vocalography, it's a little longer before you poop out. Why is it in the gym or in Olympic lifting or whatever? Why don't they just go? Because their lungs would probably explode, first of all, right? Because you have this. If that doesn't come out, it can be all bad, right? Okay? But there's a reason they go. There's a reason they make those sounds. That's to increase the workload. Part of it has to do with the exhalation, but the other part has to do with making the sound. Why is it when you're in the gym and you see, people doing exhausting exercise, why aren't they going, why aren't they making that sound? Why is the sound from so deep? There's a relevance to that. See what I mean? You don't have to tighten, you mean just kind of full body contraction? No. No, you don't have to tighten your core. You just have to go deeper. You have to go deeper in for that gut sound. Let's say like a singer. It's energy. Yes, absolutely. That's right. But let's say like a singer, maybe an opera singer or something, and they want a big sound. It's not like they tighten their core to get a big sound because they're doing diaphragmatic breathing. You know what I mean? So they go, and then this big sound comes as they exhale, and use the force of that to make that sound. Can you tighten your core? Sure. But that's more biomechanical, I think, than audio induced. It's just, and I know why you asked when we were talking about heavy lifting. Yeah. Okay. Questions about this and what you think you just said? Still understanding the relevance of vocalography. All right. Human sound. A King's game. Or whatever team is playing where you guys are. Okay? But let's say we're at the King's game. Kings make a basket. what happens in the arena? Exactly. It erupts in energy. That energy is accompanied by what? Sound, of course. And there's a reason for that. Because to express that requires some type of assistance with communicating that, right? Communicating that emotion. And it's sound. It's human sound. We've heard of the therapy, and maybe you haven't, in the arena of see, I don't want to sound like, I have this thing against Western medicine. I don't. Everything in the appropriate way at the appropriate time for all the appropriate reasons. But when you're talking natural medicine, there's a prescription that people get all the time. And it's to go out in the open, it's referred to as a mountaintop, and just yell. Just release and yell. Much better than narcotics, right? You understand what I'm saying, right? And cheaper. Well, depending on where you're going to go to find a mountaintop, but but this therapy has been around forever. Why is it? And you guys got this one better than I. Why is it in labor? You don't just sit there and go. Exactly, right. And what makes sense as to help relieve some of that? What makes sense? Breathe, not only breath, but accompanied by what? Exactly. Why is it, do you think, in what do you call it? What is it? The mosque, right. Why do you think in the mosque there are different stages of different sounds, right? If there was no relevance to versus, then it wouldn't be there. So there are different ways that different levels or avenues of sound contribute to to that process of helping you make it through those moments. Have you ever heard of an art? Well, I call it an art, but it's also a science, more so relevant as a science, but the science of pitch healing or tuning healing, sound therapy. You hear the sound when you use tuning forks and or bowls or things like that. Okay, because there is a healing in the relevance of vibrations at certain pitches that resonate to certain parts of the body, certain organs. Because everything we do functions based on energy, and energy is a live moving source. What allows that movement is vibration. How do you make a sound? What's the physiology of making a sound? What happens? What's happening? Are doing what? Yes. All right. So the parallel there is vocal cord vibrating, healing. Our opportunity to vibrate the vocal cords is called vocalography. We're in class. Why not use that healing source to elevate your success in the class by using vocalography? Make sense? Okay. So that's basically what I put together to make sure you understand this science. And like I said, if you want to go back and study deeper as far as human culture, about how relevant it is, you can do that. Like I said, I could do that. I could use 3 days to go back all the way to pre-caveman, to validate, human sound and our human culture. But just want to keep it, focused on how we use it in our lives today. Okay. All right. We have something. Safety is concerned, and one of the things we do in the arena of safety is we monitor the intensity level of our people who are participating in cardio-based classes. One of the systems of measurement we use to do that is called the talk test. Those of you who are certified in, whatever area of fitness that you're certified in, this is a familiar term to you, the talk test. The talk test suggests to us to have you say stuff. And if you can say stuff in the middle of your cardio exertion, then we know that you are breathing. And if you can make sounds, then we put you in the category of, okay, they're fine. If you try to make a sound and you're breathing, but you can't make the sound, we will put you in a category of overexerted. It's your ability to make the sound that allows us, as a system of measurement, to place you, overexerted, okay, fine, not exerted enough. If we give you a talk test, which is in the middle of all the movement, we don't stop you to get the talk test. That's one benefit of vocalography too. Like, we can be going like this. And then the vocalography may be, hey, hey, oh, oh, hey, hey, oh, oh, hey, hey, oh, whatever. I just gave you the talk test. It's vocalography, but you're making the sound, so I'm like, cool. And the point and presence of vocalography just serves all those, all those points, so we're able to use it for those reasons as well. Injury prevention. Now, if I say, how you doing? In the middle of, I don't know, how you doing? You go, you can't answer me. Guess where you're going to be placed in the system of measurement? Overexerted, right? If I say, how you doing? You go, wow. I go, cool, good, let's do this. If I say, how you doing? And you can recite the Gettysburg Address, then you're not working nearly hard enough, right? Yeah? So yeah, the talk test and vocalography is extremely relevant to assist us with that too. Brilliant, I tell you. Shut up. All right. So, all right. Any questions on what you heard today as far as vocalography is concerned? Any questions from you guys?
I do. So for most bands, should there be sound? Is there sound? Or like the Zumba basically quiet?
Oh no, Zumba is definitely not quiet. Yeah, that's why we go. Hey, hey, hey. You know what I mean, right? Zumba, 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 Zumba. There are always like these vocal moments, and especially in my class, even if it's I don't know, even if it's a bachata, hey, you know what I mean? In my class, they're always putting sounds in places, even if I didn't put it there. The class just kind of does it on their own because we get it, So yeah, but Zumba is not quiet is not intended to be quiet. The whole concept of Zumba from the very beginning was party. Welcome to the party, right? It's an exercise party. Well, it's a party that makes you forget that you're exercising. Yes? So a party without sound, I try to imagine what that would be like, right?
Until I came here, I'm like,
Oh, well, see? That's too bad. I'm good. That's too bad for them. Oh, really? I know, huh? Yeah. Right, and that's kind of why I'm developing programs like this and going around and trying to educate the educators about these things that are right here. We have them, they're available to us, except we're not using them. So we just assume that they have no relevance. And so we just go through years and years and years and years of never using them, which is, too bad. But yeah, I know many classes where they don't use the art of human sound or the science of human sound. And it's all based on the fact that that teacher doesn't have the experience and knowledge about it. We will only pass forward or pass on what we know. What's the saying, Janice? We don't know that we don't know what we don't know. and then from down south, like we say, bless their heart. Right? That makes it all okay. or at least starting with what? I don't mean no harm. And then everything after that is like, whoa, whoa. Okay. So that's the deal. Now, the challenge I'm going to dish out to you is that when you didn't know, you weren't liable for the behavior. Now that you know, you are now liable for using the information. What's the big W word I used at the very beginning? Willing, exactly. Be willing to be more effective in what you're already using, time, energy, motion, and money. Be more willing to be more successful while distinguishing these things, right? Extinguishing these four components of value. Just seek more success, and always just kind of reference dancers, because dancers are kind of like a different breed of people. There's a saying that dancers are born, right? You can't even create a dancer in the studio, right? They're born. Well, here's the good trick: we're all dancers. So, right? So, but dancers have this mentality that says, for the rest of my breathing life, because there's life after breath, but for the rest of my breathing life, I will seek what is going to make me better at what I claim to be passionate about. That's the mentality of an entire culture of people. A lot of times I don't see that mentality translate over into the fitness arena, and it breaks my heart. It really, really, really breaks my heart. I want to work in a company that has that mentality. I want to function in a world that has that mentality, right? I want to play at Disneyland with people who have that mentality. I want it all. I want to do the best I can, get the most out of it that I possibly can. So, like I said, now that you know, you can either go back to, well, this is the way I've always done it. What's the saying? If I always do what I've always done, the way I've always done it, I'm going to always get what I've always got. That's what I'm saying? But then that sets us up for what? Jealousy, envy, resentment. It sets us up because we see other people who are just kicking it. They're tearing it up. They're losing the weight. They're having the fun. Blah, blah, blah. Then we want what they have, but we're not willing to do what they do to get it. That'll drive you crazy, right? That'll make you insane. If you're not willing to do what someone else did to get what they got, then stop wanting it. Because it'll make you nuts. right? So, all that to say, now that we know about vocalography, we know it's relevant, we know what it means. So when we get the opportunity, take it and run with it. Okay? Questions? Some what? Vocalography? Some people? Absolutely. Oh yeah, because we're different people. Right. However, if I say, yeah, I know that there's vocalography, and I'm going to willingly, because you already start building in reasons and excuses and validation. I'm just saying, me, not you. Okay? Yeah, as an example. Yeah. Or anyone, we start building in reasons, excuses, and validations. I say, well, I know, the benefit of vocalography, but I'm going to hide behind the fact that I've always been a quiet person to do it 10% versus 100% that's available to you. Then the teacher has to let you function at 10%. Okay, right. And so my question is always, can you project louder? Yeah, I can tell you, yes, you can. Yes, right, exactly. Yeah, if your life depended on it, trust me, you can yell across the street. If your kid's life depended on it, if your kid was running out or your grandkid's running out in the street and a semi's coming, you don't think you can project? I think you can, absolutely. Can and will, they should be in the same car. They should be in the same, vein. Yeah, yes.
It's hard, it's really habit. And how do you take that step to not have that habit? You know what I mean?
Yep, you do it. You do it. Yep. There's a saying. The question is, when do I know? When am I ready? When will I do? When do I know I'm ready to do it? When you do it. When you do it, you're ready. Sure, absolutely. That's why I keep using the word premeditate. Yeah, exactly. You have to want to, and then you have to want to. Now, what's the first step in getting anywhere? The very, very, very first step is getting anywhere. What's the first step? Nope. 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 Deciding I am not going to stay where I am before you do anything. You make the decision, I am not going to stay where I am. Now you do something. What's the first thing you do? What is the first thing? However, you have to decide, I'm not going to stay where I am. I'm not going to stay the quiet one in life. I'm not going to prove to the rest of the world out of millions and millions of years of research and, after millions and millions and millions of years of human development, I'm not going to try to prove anymore that I'm better off not saying anything. Willing, yeah. You say, yeah. Well, what did you say? How do you break the habit? No, that's not what you said. It's hard when it's a habit. I'm like, hold on. You're aware that and I think you heard me talking about this out there. You are aware that everything you do now with ease at some point was hard, including driving over here. Everything you are very efficient at now, some point it was hard. Why is it easy now? You kept doing it. You accepted your challenge. You refused to not get good at it, and so now you are. What if you had not been willing? What if you said, well, this is hard? I've always been the one that, that said it's hard and I do it. Right? So yeah, even if it comes across hard, doesn't mean that it's hard, it just means that it's new to your willingness to participate consistently. And again, and again, and again, right? I think I use the example of toddlers. Right? well, you know, boys are what, 18 months old or whatever, a little slow, right? Girls start walking at like what, 13 months, you know, 12 months, whatever. And every time a toddler got up for the very first time, let go of the coffee table, and went, boom, fell down on the diaper. What if that toddler had said, crap, this is hard, forget it, I'm done, I'm out of here, never walking again? That's not their mentality, because they have not been fed the information yet to not succeed. So I'm saying this in order to suggest to you that our habit and ability to not succeed is a learned behavior. We learn to not succeed. We learn to give up. We learn to not try. This is a learned behavior. At the very beginning, we didn't know what that was. That's why we got up and kept walking and kept falling and get up and kept walking and crawling and get up and walk and balance and then walk and fall and try again, because we didn't know what it was to not succeed. We picked that up as we got older. So my suggestion is take that mentality, keep it back, right? And go get what's available to you. You know, there's some people who step out and they just do it. So I'm not gonna try to, upset the upside down millions of years of effective behavior. So let me just, right? Okay. Yeah. Any other question? No? Not yet? Yes.
Could you give us some exercises?
No, we can actually, yes, I'm going to give you some movement right now. And we're going to actually do some vocalography in the movement. But first, yeah, this is your assignment. You don't have to do it yet. However, I want each of you today to think of a movement. Now, I don't care what the movement is, because it's not rhythmic choreography, right? I want you to think of a movement and match it with a sound that identifies that movement to someone. Usually the way I do that, I think, okay, I want this movement. Now, if I blindfolded that person and made a sound, they should picture that movement. That's just what, you don't have to use that same approach, but I want you to think of a movement, or two or three, if you get ambitious, if you feel ambitious, and see what sound you can put with this movement that will parallel the two. It can be something we do in class already. I don't care, okay? Because not everyone wants to create a choreography, It doesn't matter. Even it could just be from any of your own experiences, In your life somewhere you said, what? What movement could you see happening if you heard, what? There's some movement that you would see that looked like would make sense to that.
For the Google, we did.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, people were,
What's that?
Are you supposed to?
Yeah, well, I can't stop it while it's streaming, or else it'll be a broken stream.
You can stop that one.
I did.
well, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Because
No, this is not.
that's what the rule has.
Oh, boy. That's funny.
I'd rather do a bigger dog.
Yeah, I'm a medium, so I'm working myself, but.
You can't leave her alone.
It's just-
She's with you 24 hours a day.
Good.
Right, that's the thing, even where you were before, you know, even before you got here, you know, you could take that class and you could, here it is.
You want to bring- You're gonna be, yeah, you're gonna be right behind it. So you can bring it right next to that. No. My thought for the video change that we're doing right here is that this is angling this way, so it's gonna be on him and balancing everybody else. But if you put it there, it's fine, it's just gonna be on everybody's back.
No, explosive. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, because you go to places like LA or Miami, you know, where, those guys are. Yeah, I mean, everybody is trying to stay valid, you know.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Gotta bring it up here.
But we're still streaming.
Education and inspiration, you know, anything they can be inspired and motivated, they got to, because this is the norm. This is the rule, where here, we are the exception to the rule. It's not bad, it's just different. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at that, who've ever thought? You do this, Kuda. Yeah. You have to put it different. We just gonna take over that for okay, that's good. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, they're over it. Okay, so you guys go ahead and think about your sound and your movement.
Okay, we'll probably have to reset it up. And then,
Right, you know, with the roosters. You said, you actually wake the roosters. Oh, man. Yes.
before you launch into it, you just show me where you'll be standing.
Okay.
Make sure we're connected.
Okay, you got it.
We'll be there. Okay.
You got that car ride down, and it's like. I know. Yeah. It's like. Yeah. Well, no, because I don't want it to sound, you know, it'll come over the thing. Yeah. Yeah, there. All right. So you can actually come forward. Okay. All right. So did you think of your movement and your sound? Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Just let me know when you're ready.
You're good.
Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to actually go into a little movement now where we're going to add vocalography to some of the steps, and you'll see actually how it works is what we just talked about before, okay? So we're going to start with 4 walks forward, starting on the right foot. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then slide to the right, slide together. Okay, back it up again. And 5, 6, 7 right foot, walk 1, 2, 3, 4, slide together. All right. Now on your together, both hands go up at the same time, so it's slide together. Okay? And then you circle twice. Circle, circle. Okay? Come back to it again. Walk 4 steps, slide together, circle, circle. And 5, 6, ready, go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide together. Circle, circle. All right? Now it doesn't matter if you're circling this way or this way. All right? Now, as you pull down, the hands are going to go to the knees. Single, single, double, 5, 5. Single, single, double, 5, 5. Okay? Yes? All right. Now step together 2 times to your left. Step together, step together. Then you just wave your hand in the air. Now, and it's not circles. Doesn't matter if it's, doesn't matter, whatever. You just wave your hands in the air. Okay? Okay, step together. Come on this way again. And 5, 6, step together. That's 1. That's 2. Wave your hands in the air, whatever, whatever. All right? Back from the top. And 5, 6, 7, walk for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and circle, circle, single, single, double, and single, single, step together. 1 and 2, wave your hands in the air, in the air. Got it? Yes? Okay. Now, we're going to get a big step slide back on a diagonal to the left. So we're going to move towards Dolly, and Dolly's going to move towards the steps. Okay? Yeah, so you're just going to slide back together. Then you're going to slide this way towards the door. Slide together. You can stay sideways. Yeah. So this one is going to go boom, flap, boom, flap. Feel me? Okay. Now the foot, yes, the right foot is going to go front, back, as you walk towards the mirror. Okay, good. All right. So let's go with the slide back. Ready? And you slide together, you slide together, you go front and back, stop here and stop. Make sense? Okay, from the top. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and circle, circle. Knee, knee, double knee, and knee, knee, double to the left side. And that's 1. That's 2, with the hands in the air, slide back to the right, slide back, heel, go, and heel, and stop right there. Okay? Make sense? All right, so you go D, da. Now, here you're just going to face the front and squat down. Squat, clap, going to pump 2 times, push, push. Now I'm doing it with the fist. You can do it with the hands. It doesn't matter as long as you push. All right? So you end it here. Just going to pivot, sit, pump, pump. Make sense? All right. Now you're going to go to the right. Right, left, go to the right. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. Okay? So pivot, sit. Ready? And you pivot, sit, clap, pump, pump. Then right, left, double, right, left, left. Symmetry. All right. Okay. So you go blah, 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 blah. Now, the left foot is going to go straight back, literally straight back. So you go back, 2, 3, 4. Now you're facing side. So you go body, wave, body, wave. Okay, then you sit at the bottom of the wave. Come back. All right. So you pivot, sit, clap. Now the pivot and sit is all one move. So it's not like you go whoop, wop. You go whoop, clap, pump, pump. D, D, da, 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 and back. Da, then 2 and 3, body wave. D, da, and E, da. Exactly. See there? From the top. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, double 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2. Party up, party up, party up, and slide to the back heel. Dot, the dot, dot, stop right here, sit, clap, and pump, pump, deep, deep, up, back it up, back it up. 4, 3, 2, body wave, and D, dot, and D, dot. Yes? Okay. And 5. Yeah, stay in the window so you're not dead behind. You're fine. It's always the person behind you responsibility to step into the open. I always say because they have more eyes in front than you have in the back. Yeah. Okay. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 1 and 2, and body weight, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now, that routine, that little choreography is stacked with vocalography that I'm not going to give you. That you will apply yourself. Okay?
It's very hard not to.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, good, yes. Exactly.
Well, so would we side together or?
No. No, you do it individually. You do it individually.
Oh, I
So, yeah, so there are going to be all these sounds flying all over. I don't want to organize.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. This is not a collective consciousness. Now, this is you figuring out where you would put sounds in these steps that you now already know. Go ahead, practice. I mean, you gotta practice sound, practice movement. Go ahead. Go, do your own thing. Yeah, just, you know, you put sounds wherever you want. Right? Don't wait on anyone else, because that may not be where you would put it. You know?
Every move has a sound?
No. Either every move has a sound or no move has any sound. So you figure out between those two where you put it. You can put sounds wherever you want, or don't put them anywhere you don't want. Doesn't matter. You may only have one sound in that whole set. Doesn't matter. Right? Okay, go ahead. Figure it out. You can say whatever you want. You can articulate anything you want. You need to work with them.
Okay, sorry.
Not talking to each other. You gotta figure it out on your own.
Well, I was trying to.
All right, you've got 30 more seconds.
Well, in the noise.
Single. There we go, right? Don't be.
All right, let's go.
I hope not. Hey, God wants to say. Hey! You don't.
Okay, we're gonna go through the dance. You add your vocal line. 5, 6, 7.
Jingle, jingle, double. Jingle, jingle, double. Hey! Hey, hey! Oh, yeah!
Hey. 5 and 6. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Jingle, jingle, double. Jingle, jingle, double. Hey, hey! Jingle, jingle, double. Oh, yeah!
Very good.
Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Hey, hey! Single, single, double. Oh, yeah!
All right. Cool. Okay. All right. With your right foot, bend down and stomp forward. That's a flat foot. And then bend forward as we go to this. Okay, one over here. Now, 4 hips. Hip, 2, 3, 4. So you get front, then side, then 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 6, I'm sorry. 5, 6, ready, go. And yes?
Yeah.
All right. let's go with the right heel, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Before that was, there were 5 of those, now there are 7. Okay? So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? So you just finished 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right? From the stump. Ready, 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 and stomp, and stomp. Then 4, 3, heel, toe, heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it doesn't matter if you start toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. That's fine, doesn't matter. As long as you get 7 walk in. Get that? Okay? Now, a little angle that slides forward. Slide forward. There you go. Then just hang out here for 2 counts. I don't know what you're going to do for 2 counts, but you just hang out here. It's going to go slide and nothing, nothing. You're going to walk back on your right foot. Right, left, right, left. Okay? So again, we just finished. Dot, 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 dot. Slide, then nothing, nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sense? Okay, come back at the stump. So you're facing this way, we just finish this. 5, 6, down and stomp. Deep, 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 heel, toe, toe, heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Da, da, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got that? All right. Now we're going to step forward on the right foot. 1, 2, 3. Back a little hop. 1, 2, 3. Same thing on the left foot. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now take your right foot and completely cross it. Around, cheek, cheek, come all around, cheek, you have to walk like that. Okay. Okay. People go all the way around, that's good. But do what you have to do, just move your feet, shoot around until you get around. Okay? So it's finished. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it doesn't, like I said, just, unwind your feet, however you have to, it doesn't matter. Okay? Let's go stomp. 5, 6, slow it down, Caroline. And da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it, nothing. Walk it back. 4, 3, hop 3 times. Go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn. 6, 7, 8. Good. Got that? Good. From the very top. And 5, 6, 7, walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step together, step together. Slide it back and heel toe forward. 4, 3, and turn and pump. And pump. Hey. Straight back. 4, 3, 2, by the way there. And stomp it down, hold stomp, hip, and D. 1, 2, 3, 4, slide and go. D, nothing, back, 2, hop, go. Turn around, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, okay? So you gotta remember when you go, walk, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5, Okay, good. Okay, stop thinking, you guys. Move it. Now, you see how hard of a time you're having connecting information now, right? Yeah, because there's nothing vocal or verbal to help you identify what's coming next. If I wouldn't have been doing this, you're right. You'd just be full of brain farts, right? Yeah. So, okay. So think about how you're going to add information that's going to remind you of what's coming next. I'm not going to give you the vocabulary. You've got to come up with stuff. Okay? So whatever you are about to do, have to, you know, you have to go from, yeah, whatever. Something has got to take you from here to here. Okay? Here we go. Nope. Nope. No, I am. I'm going to guide you one more time. Then I'm going to leave you alone for a little while and let you add the vocabulary to the new part. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
Double,
single,
single, double.
And slide. Cumbia front back. 5 and 6 and big turn. Pump it out. And hey, hey. Side, back it up. 4, 3, body weight. 5, 6, new part, you stop. Then go. And 5 and 6, heel toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, slide, go. D, hold it here, walk to the back, and 4, 3, now hop, go. Hop, 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 spin around, and da, 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 da. Good, okay? Yeah, da, 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 da. Okay. Go ahead and mess around with what vocabulary you're going to do from the stomp all the way through. Don't talk to each other.
I heard that.
Hold it. Very last thing. Gonna step out. Right, left. Right hand. Big finger open wide. Come right, left. Two steps. Right, left. It's gonna open up. 1, 2. Right, left. 1, 2. Okay? So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Yeah. From stop. Ready? Go, stop. Get there. 3, 4. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, just like a double door. Like a double door. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's make the noise. All right, now I want to see, I want you to show me right now what your step and your sound is that you thought about on your own. Okay, we're going to start with Margaret. Come on here. Yeah, your own step that you put your own sound to.
Oh, okay.
Remember the assignment right before we.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, knock it off, I'm gonna routine it out.
Ooh. Okay, good. Yeah, because we had no routine when I gave that assignment. There was no routine. No, wait. Yeah.
Another time.
Woo! Okay, Okay, you got it? Do it with us. Let's go, Dante. Let me do it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Boom! Boom! Okay? This should feel like boom, should feel like boom. And you guys can accidentally sell those two movements, this one and this one, you can sell them as the same. And you can make them sound the same if the dynamics of which you explode in one versus the other, you can make them the same. Is that the intention, to make those two the same? Not at all. So put more effort into making them totally different. Go.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Boom! Boom! Right, okay. Yeah, if I had to hand out a practice assignment to you, please practice stomping. But you have no idea how to stomp, right? In other words, your stomp is like. I can't even keep a straight face when I stomp. So I don't know how you can do it. I don't know how you can actually hit a stomp and go. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Right, because you're still disconnecting what's happening from here down from everything else that's self. So, and it's good. This is one of the reasons I'm doing this, because I have to be able to point out to you what your disconnects and what your habits are. If you're going to get better at selling the dynamic of the movement, then I'm using this opportunity to teach you that, right? So open yourself up, zip whatever it is you carry in right now, zip it off your mind, and just go with what I'm telling you, right? So try to reconnect all this with what's happening. Okay, ready?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Say what? Right, okay, right. Okay, thanks, Margaret. What's your name, love? Kane. Okay, all right, Kane, what do you think? Okay, good. All right, do it again. Okay. And she exhaled, you exhaled on this hand, right? Okay. Okay, good. Good. Turn around, face them, and do it again. And good. All right, no, wait. Okay, yeah, because I didn't see them commit to it. I just saw them barely do what you did. And Margaret moved into her window. Thank you. Yeah, I just saw you barely do what she did. Remember we talked about all the way in, right? Yes? All right, and do it again. Good. All right. Now, I know you're doing the action. She's making a sound. This is called vocalography. So you can't just go. She's making a sound. She went. You have to articulate the sound, or it's not vocal. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Do it again. Make a commitment, you guys. Come on. Thank you. Good. Awesome. All right, Kate. All right. Okay. So I want you guys to jump into making that vocal commitment without me having to beg you, without me having to coach you. Right? That's what the last 2 hours were about. Okay. So what I just witnessed is that you stayed inside yourself, and you did what she exhibited to you. You did it the way you've always done it. Okay. So I'm just trying to crack that open. Hold on. Ready? Fear. I'm telling you, hey, I want that church. So I'm just telling you up front so you don't miss it. All right. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Now you have to look at them and tell me if you think they made the commitment. Ready? Okay. Ready? Exactly. Because when you see that, it looks like it should sound like that, doesn't it? Yeah, you agree? Good job. All right. Yep, exactly. No. You got it.
What?
Okay.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, louder.
Okay, did it sound like commitment?
I didn't see that face.
Oh, you didn't see your face. Exactly. And that's what I'm telling you.
Sorry, that's what
Right.
you tell me.
You put the movement and you gave the sound, but you disconnected everything else that would sell that point. Right? Okay.
One more time, right?
Right. So that's the third dimension. What this sounds like, it should look like this. This looks like it should sound like what you're sounding. But what should I read on your face that's also adding to it? Dolly, exactly. Yeah, the way you just animated your face, exactly. That's perfect. Okay, you ready?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, exactly. Good. Okay, Janice.
We're gonna wait. And reverse.
Yeah, the reverse is coming up now. Okay, all right. So it looked like, okay, before you do it, it looked like it should sound like this. Yeah, I know that last one. And then reverse looks like it should sound like this. Okay? And good. Back up. Exactly. Good. Perfect. Exactly. Right. Because you can't get all serious with this stuff. This is fun, right? Exactly. What is it again, Helen? Right? Just like WK. Okay? And go. Exactly. How could you keep a straight face and do that? It is almost impossible. You ready? One more time. Exactly. All right, good. All right, Tina. Go.
5.
You do it. They don't know it yet. Okay? If you have to spell well. Freeze. Okay?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, you gotta do your left leg first. Yep.
And 5, 6. Here we go.
Okay, now stop thinking and just connect the voice with the movement. Right? Stop trying to make the movement perfect and get back to session. Okay, do it again.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Exactly. Now, if you were walking down the hallway and you heard coming out of the room, lift by, you'd go like, oh wait, that's this move. When you, right? As goofy as it is, you would now automatically know what move goes with that sound for the rest of your life. I'm so sorry. Okay, all right, Dolly.
Okay, I'm inspired by Helen.
Good.
Oh, we go. Yep. Oh, we go. Oh, we go.
Okay, good. All right, good. All right, good. All right. Okay, hold it. That's good. Okay, that's good. Now. Sorry, that's one thing.
She got
Right, she got you going with this. Good. Right. Okay, here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, we
Okay, stop. Okay, now, right. Now, yeah, you're basically doing the movement. I want you to commit to the vocalography. That's our weakness. So, yeah, we're doing the movement. That's fine. Get the movement wrong, get it right, doesn't matter. There's no wrong, right. She decided that when she's doing this, it felt like, oh, we go. You lucky she didn't do it. Oh. Okay, here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, we oh.
Go.
Oh, we oh.
Go.
Oh, we oh.
One.
Oh, we oh. Oh, we
Good. All right, good. All right, good. Good job. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? That whole line right there, you guys come up here. Now, I didn't say move. Just the back line, come up, right? Okay, ready? Everybody's gonna do, whoever I point to, you do their vocalography and their step. Ready, 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 go! 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 One. One more. Perfect. All right, give me that. Okay, let's go back over to that. Turn it out really quickly. And I know we're tilted. That's going to be tilted into 2 a little bit. But we're going to wrap it here. This was awesome tonight. That's fine. You don't have to pull back. Okay, good job. And that's how much fun committing to vocalography should be. You should never take your vocalography any more seriously than that. You know, an opportunity to put sound to the movement as you play harder. It takes your movement. You're gonna do it anyway, right? That's the thing that says, time flies when you're having fun. Well, you're gonna, time flies anyway, you might as well have fun. Right? You know what I mean? Right? So so you're gonna do the movement anyway. You're gonna might as well enjoy it and go all the way in and get the full benefit. Because you're gonna kind of either have to do the movement or something anyway. Well, we'll get called out in my class. Right? Right. So yeah, so you might as well be the loudest one with the vocalography and get it all in there. What else did you learn today as a third dimension to doing the move, making the sound? What's the third dimension that you learned today?
Face.
Yes. Let the face add to making that movement and sound valid, right? Yeah, let it contribute to really accentuating it, right? Okay, cool. All right, that was awesome. I thought, will you hit those lights for me? Okay. I have to unplug this. All right, that'll work. Okay, can you guys see that okay? Hey, that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Vocal hype and vocalography, encouraging verbal participation to raise the overall energy level in a class. It's a critical component to engaging with your class. Whether it's a Fierce Funk class, whether it's a Zumba class, whether it's a RIP class, whether it's a UJAM class, it is, the C word there is critical. Don't think for a second you're going to get the same dynamics in class without it. It is not going to happen. It is critical. So please make that commitment, you guys, to vocalography. It will accelerate the energy level in your class, which is kind of what we're all seeking, right? Okay? All right. Verbally highlighting some movement may make the steps easier to remember. Was that not just experience? Yes, because when I didn't give sound or allow you to make sound, more of you guys got to the point you just froze because there was nothing there in the other senses to help you connect what just happened to what's coming. And the moment you start making sounds, then all the pieces started to really connect and come together. And we already talked about the talk test and exertion. As long as you're able to do the vocalography to make the sound, we know you're working in a good target heart zone, that you're not overexerted, right? So, so as you're in class, that also tells you, because you can feel like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it, or you can feel like, this is so easy, I can do backhand spring steel right now. Then when it's time to do vocalography, you realize you're running out of breath and you can't make the sound. That's even telling you, okay, I'm overexerting, I can kind of bring it to modification a little bit. Or if you're thinking, oh, I just vocalized and it felt like nothing, I can give more, I can give more. It also helps you articulate your intensity level as well, not just the instructor. We should use both verbal height and vocalography. So we say verbal height, technically by all definition, verbal height is vocalography. No, listen. Vocalography is verbal height, but not all verbal height is vocalography. Does that make sense? Okay. Vocalography is verbal height of a class, but all verbal height is not vocalography. Like there's not ography with every time you verbally hype a class. You understand what I'm saying? Every time you go, woo, doesn't mean that there's ography that goes with it. It's just vocal hype. All right? So, and you guys probably noticed in my Fierce Funk class, more than anything, how all we're doing is this. We just, you know, they're just waiting to start the routine again. And it's like, hey, woo, oh, oh, ah. It's all just hype, keeping that energy up. Yes, even in the transitions, even in between sets. So, so go ahead and become a part of that community that does verbal or vocal hype in your classes to not let the energy drop in between 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? All right. It works. All right. Call and response. We understand. Let's see. Janice, give us what you think a call and response is. Give us a call and we'll respond.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Hey. All right, cool. All right, Helen, give us a call and we'll do a response.
When I say fierce, you say funk. Fierce.
Funk.
Fierce.
Funk. Exactly. Let's see, Margaret.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. All right, good. All right. Let's go. Yeah, just open your mouth till it comes out.
I can see. What does the fox say? Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, so go.
What does the fox say?
Ding, 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 ding. Exactly. Right, exactly. Dolly.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm thinking, oh.
Okay. All right. When I say hey, you say oh, hey.
Oh.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, sometimes in call and response, and it's okay if they don't know it, just tell them what to do.
Oh.
Say, when I say this, you say that. You know what I mean? Then you say it. Because you almost didn't say fierce. She's like, when I say fear, you say fun. Well, say it. All right. Okay.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Give me one time, one. Give me two time, two.
Two.
Give me three time, three. Three time, three.
Oh, 3 times 3.
So one time, one. Give me two time, two. Give me three time, three.
Yes, see, there you go. Right? And yes, see, he learned that from just kind of being here today. Awesome. Okay, Denise.
What?
Let's go. Call and respond. Kiki girl, let's go.
Count it out for me. 5, 6, 7. Count it out. 1,
2.
3, 4,
4.
5, 6, 7.
Okay, do it again.
1, 2.
All right.
Okay, count it out for me, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
From the top. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, okay, that's good, right. So you see, all it is something coming from a deliverer and something responding or answering what was asked. That's all call and response is, right? Okay.
It's like, oh.
That is
We
so
want
funny.
you to know the answer.
I was caught off guard. 2 hours we've been doing this. How can you be caught off guard? Okay. All right. Cool.
Still on the good one. Count if you counted.
Well, all right. So, and just a quick recap, vocalography is good for, what are the benefits of doing vocalography? Benefits. One, just name one. Breathing.
Let's work out longer.
Yep. Okay. Right.
You know whether someone.
Okay. Exactly.
Focus.
Keeps you connected to what you're doing. It wakes you up. Right. It keeps the energy high. Exactly.
Adds energy.
Adds energy. Yes.
Memory
I'm sorry.
retention.
Memory retention. Yes. Okay. All right.
Oh, enhances the overall workout.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Because that sense of what? Euphoria. Right. It keeps it fun. How about this one?
Musicality.
Yes. Right. Helps you identify better with the rhythm and the beat. Okay. Yeah. This is awesome, you guys. All right. So that is basically the vocalography information and experience. You know why it's valid. You know that it came from way back. It has been servicing us as communities based on communication since the dawn of man, right? So this is not new. And you also know now that it is available to you, you know that you can do it, you can master it just with becoming more comfortable by doing it repetitively, consistently, over and over and over. It will enhance your workout. It'll make it lighter. It'll lessen your suffering. It will also decrease the potential of apnea, right? You won't hold your breath as much if you're sounding off. Make sense? Okay? All right. Well, that is so it for me. I hope this workshop served you well. Please do not leave the experience and information and tools here. Don't leave them here. I expect to see them better than that. Hear them in your next classes, especially with me, okay? Make sure they service you. And you guys all know how to contact me in case you have other questions about your vocalography experience. Shameless plug, next month, we are doing the cueing focus in the Small Bites workshop series. It is amazing information. Just about time you thought you knew everything there was to know about navigating people through movement and movement to music, there's tons of other stuff that you had no idea existed. And I only bring information to you if I think it's going to help you, right? Okay, let people know about your experience, tweet about it, Facebook about it, let people know about your experience, and encourage others to come and continue to grow this community with us. Yes? All right, you have any questions?
Is that the 30th?
I think it's the 30th, no, the 20.
It's actually changed from the day after. Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, September that changes. I want to say it's the 26th.
Carrie, is it gonna be the same day as, Get Fit Jam?
Yes. So,
Let's get it, you know what I mean?
yeah, now we'll have a few things going on that day. Yeah, I'm starting a masterclass series every month called Throwback, and the masterclass series that's coming up next month. It's called Get Fit Down. It's actually old school high-low aerobics. The stuff we did in the aerobic championship back in the day, even though a lot of us, it's going to be a lot more low impact than high impact. But every month I'm going to do an old school cardio throwback. Probably the month after that, we're going to go back to step aerobics. Probably the month after that, we'll do flavors. Flavors is a cardio class that has a mixture of a lot of different styles. Like in one class, we'll do country, we'll do swing, we'll do rock and roll, and we'll do Latin. You know what I mean? So it's all in one class, but it's all cardio, and it's crazy, crazy fun. So anyway, every month, and on the same day as this Small Bites, we'll do that class. I think it's from like 11 to 12:30 or something. I don't know. It's an hour and a half.
How much?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's like $10. I'm not sure. Something like that. I think it's like $10. But anyway, it's an hour and a half class, and it's just meant to be crazy fun. We'll encourage you to bring tambourines, because back in the day, people would bring instruments, and just because now Tahimba has all the stuff all the time, but people would bring tambourines in class. They had whistles. They blow like in disco. You know what I mean? So people would bring stuff to class to add to the party. We become so subdued and so so conservative in the classes that were meant and designed to just be crazy, euphoric fun. So anyway, we're going to throw back once a month, starting next month. Yes. Yes. Oh, no. It's open to everybody, everyone. Because some of these guys are not instructors at all. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, to anyone who wants the information and be involved. Absolutely. Okay, you guys? All right, well, thank you so much. You were awesome. Thank you. And thanks to Tram, and thanks to James, and Jennifer, and Karen. I know, Karen, you're not here, but we're throwing you some props anyway. All right, you guys, we'll see you next month.
This was good.
Yeah.
Someone can yell at you better.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Well, what really got my attention, including the schedule, was, the behavior they used to serve us so well when we were young. We've lost those effective behaviors. We forgot how to play, we forgot how to laugh, now we have to have wine before we can have fun. You know what I mean? These things were natural from day one, And so we forgot all these things and we're normalizing. You know what I mean? And like I think they run out on the playground. Playground used to be the largest place in the world, and we have forgotten how to do that. Why? Stop. Someone one day said, shh, use your indoor voice, or whatever. And it went into our hard drive and really locked us in like that. Because there's a time to use your indoor voice indoors, and it's okay. There you go. Okay.